I'm delighted to say Lucy McCartan is with us from Peamount United. Unfortunately, under difficult enough circumstances, Lucy, you guys were beaten in a penalty shootout last night.
Yeah, no, it was really tough to go out that way after keeping the clean sheet for the whole match and kind of pushing on and getting a few chances. But, you know, they were a great side and they were clinical in the end, in fairness to them.
So, for anybody who didn't see the game, it seems like it was pretty end-to-end stuff. You guys had a few chances and they had a load of chances as well.
Yeah, no, I thought it was a good game in terms of both teams having an equal amount of chances. Like, they were very dangerous when they were going forward. They're fast forwards and good feet and all that kind of stuff. But we still had our fair share of chances as well. And the two keepers were brilliant, I thought, and just kept the two teams in it, really.
Are Glasgow City good? Like, heading into this, would they have been expected to beat you guys?
Oh, definitely. I think they were the top seeds in the qualifying round, and I think we were maybe 30th. So we didn't get much of a chance going into it, but I thought we did ourselves proud now and kept the nil all.
And in terms of your preparation when you're going in against a side who is ranked much higher than you guys, what are you trying to do? Is it just contain them and hope to hit them on the break? Like, what was your tactical approach to the game last night?
Well, I suppose we're so used to playing all the home teams. There's only 9 teams in the Women's National League, and we know each other inside out. So it was a different challenge for us coming up against a team we've never met. And I suppose we were set up defensively to cope to be nice and compact against them, and then hopefully be able to play our own football once we set up defensively.
And that obviously happened all the way through extra time. And at any stage, did you kind of feel like, okay, this is the level we're supposed to be at? It sounds like it did, that this is the level you're supposed to be at and that the team can continue to get better?
Yeah, definitely. You know, it's nice to go into Europe and know that you're not just going to get blown out of the water. You know, we're well able to contest it up there, and it just shows that the Irish League is just as good as the rest, even if we're not professional yet. Like, it's the same standard, really.
Lucy, is this something you could have seen happening a year or two ago, I guess, with Peamount, to be able to go on and take a team like Glasgow City on? And I know they're seeded for the next round as well, so they're expected to keep on going through this process. Like, is this, I guess what I'm trying to say, is this a first step in many steps for this Peamount team?
Yeah, I'd really hope so anyway. Yeah, like, it was the first time any of us have really played in Champions League, except for a few of the older girls like Karen and Claire, and I thought, like, we did ourselves proud. So hopefully now we have to go and focus at home now and try to get the last few games over the line and try to get ourselves back here next year, and hopefully the bit of experience will do us good for next year.
It's interesting because you look at the attempted giant killings that have happened in Irish football over the last little while. I mean, the Germany game with the national team was an interesting case study, because I guess Germany had hammered so many teams around them, and then Ireland managed to get away with a 3-0 defeat. And you just wonder, how long will it take before Ireland can go on and try and take on a team like Germany, or at club level, a team like Glasgow City? So how big is that gulf when you look at it from a first-hand capacity last night?
Well, I would find that, like, looking at the Irish team, like, they're a great team and they've gotten some great results. But there definitely is that gap between the bigger countries. And I'd say, like, from the match last night, I'd say that it doesn't seem as big at a club level, that gap.
Lucy, one of the things that has obviously happened with the pandemic is that Vera Pauw hasn't had the opportunity to watch too much in person of the Women's National League. And yet, obviously, we understand that she's had scouts at games and she's had members of her backroom team at games as well. Do you guys feel like that is there, that there is that potential to be picked for the national team? Or is there a general sense amongst your teammates that it's easier to make the national team if you make a move abroad?
We do have a few girls in. So Anya, Niamh Farley and Niamh Rees-Burke have been going in regularly, and Claire Walsh has been there as well. And there definitely is a sense that it's possible to get into the national team while playing at home. But you can see from the team sheet that the majority do play abroad, and like, in fairness to them, they've given up their whole lives dedicated to soccer. So it's only right, really, that they're getting their chance to represent Ireland. It would be nice to see a bit more, like, home-based stuff, I suppose. Like, the league is quite strong. There's strong teams in the league, and definitely players who could be getting a chance in with the Irish squad.
And I'm sure, and I think fairly, I don't want to put words in her mouth, but Vera Pauw did say that obviously there would have been more opportunity for home-based games and all that kind of stuff, and for more players to be involved in training if we weren't in the midst of a global pandemic.
Oh, of course, yeah. No, COVID it's restricted everything really for us, and there's not much they can do about that. But hopefully, when that's all over, that it can be developed more at home, and there can be a bit more of a focus on promoting the home-based players as well.
And last one for me, Lucy, when you talked about the league not being fully professional, you and your teammates, and most of your teammates, I guess, are juggling a career and also a football career.
Yeah, no, I think everyone on the team is either working full-time or in college or in school, so it's tough, but I think it's a good bit of balance to bring to football, to be able to walk away at the end of a match and go back to normal life. But there's plenty. It's keeping us busy anyway.
You've been working in a nursing home, have you?
I haven't been since the summer because I've been back in college, but I'll go back at Christmas time, I'd say.
What was that like during the early midst of 2020?
Yeah, it was pretty intense now. It was busy all the time, and short staff and stuff. And I was actually out for a couple of weeks because I had COVID, but no symptoms in March. So I wasn't there to help them at the toughest parts of it. But it was tough.
Getting back into sport then in the summertime, I guess there was a bit happening. There was the ladies' football coming back. There was Peamount coming back. How big a factor was that for you in the way this year has gone, being able to get back out in the fields, just even getting back training, Lucy? I presume that was a huge positive once we got back into the summer of this year.
Oh, it was great, yeah. No, to be honest, I didn't really believe we were going to get this far, playing matches and all that. When we got back training, I thought, well, this will be nice now to get a couple of hours every evening to just go out and train and see people. But I didn't really think it would go much further than that. So it's been great to be actually able to compete and play matches and, act as if it's been a normal year.
But you don't just play soccer, you play football as well, is that right?
Yeah, I play Gaelic football with St. Omans and Westmeath.
Right, so that's pretty busy because you were playing last week for Westmeath against Louth.
Longford, yeah.
Longford, sorry. And scored 1-3.
Yeah, we had a good win against Longford there last weekend. It was great. We're not too used to winning after being senior for the last 8 years, but it was nice to get off the ground. And Longford they were great, but it was just nice for us to know that we're well able to compete now at this level. Yeah, so
Championship last week, Champions League this week. Not too many people have done that, Lucy.
Yes, I suppose.
As a matter of interest, are you completely shattered or are you actually grand after it? What's that kind of fitness levels need to be like, and what are the exhaustion levels like?
I wasn't too bad before the match. I don't know how I'll be able to walk today now after the 120 minutes. It was a long game yesterday on Astro. But I'm finding it's good now at the moment. The training is probably the hardest, is just trying to get to every training session and to be fit for every training session. But it's good. It's great to be busy.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. Well, it's a remarkable story, and commiserations on going out on penalties. It's the hardest way to go out, particularly against a team where they're favoured. But look, at least you've got Westmeath to fall back on, and the rest of the Women's Senior League season to fall back on too. Lucy, great to talk to you. Thanks a million.
Thanks very much.